Welcome to Movie World Plus, the place where I talk movies, and today I took a bullet for a lot of you guys. I saw Fantastic Beasts 3, The Secrets of Dumbledore, so you guys didn't have to. Now, before I get into my review, I have to offer a preface here. First of all, I'm Team Johnny Depp. I stand with Johnny Depp. I believe in justice for Johnny Depp because I've gone through the case. I've read the evidence. I've listened and looked at it all. I don't believe Amber. I believe Johnny, and I believe what he's been going through is just horrible. And the way that Warner Brothers has treated him by removing him from this film, I think it's blasphemy. The fact that they removed him, but still, Ezra Miller's in 2 franchises, Amber's still in Aquaman, the hypocrisy shows no bounds. Now, that said, Warner Brothers, good on you for giving me still critic access to this film to allow me to see it early. I didn't pay. They offered me a free critic screening. And there were some Harry Potter fans, Fantastic Beasts fans that were there. Now, the reality is there are some of you that may be excited for this film just due to the Wizarding World and not know about the Johnny drama. But please know the reason why I'm a little angrier in my review here is because of the way they treated Johnny. And honestly, I just have never been a fan of this franchise. I really do like Harry Potter. I still don't want to cancel J.K. Rowling. Like, I think there's a lot of interesting world building here. And there are some fun characters in this movie. I'll give you my real fair shake on it. However, what they did to Johnny, I can't forgive it. And this franchise is just so unneeded, unnecessary. It's an origin story with a bunch of supplementary characters that I feel like I didn't need to know about. It's just forced fan service with Dumbledore coming back out. And honestly, I'm just confused why this franchise is a franchise. There are going to be diehards who are going to be mad at my review regardless. They don't even care about the drama with Johnny. They just like whatever they're going to get out of this franchise. But I think this whole Fantastic Beasts thing was a poor follow-up to the Harry Potter franchise. And The Secrets of Dumbledore only reiterated it. Now, I'll be honest, last we saw the Fantastic Beasts, this was the cast, all right? Now, several of these people aren't even in the movie. They've replaced Johnny. This woman's not in it. I don't know what happened. I don't even know. She's gone. Tina, who I guess said stuff about JK, and then JK is like, you'll be in the movie. JK, she's not in the movie, guys. Very weird. Newt's girlfriend, not in the movie. I will, spoiler alert, there's mentions of her and maybe a quick appearance of her. Unspoiler alert. But it's just weird. The rest of these characters are in. They've replaced Johnny with Mads. Jude Law still is Dumbledore. Ezra Miller still in it. Newt's brother is in it. And these are the new cast members. This new woman who's fine, she's like some teacher that just randomly pops in. I don't remember this guy from the movie. Newt's new assistant, who's a big part and seems to love him too. There's some sort of interesting, like, I look up to and love you so much. Like, but then what happened to Tina, who he still is fond of? It's very confusing. And then we got Dumbledore's brother, who shows up, who's, showed up in the Harry Potter movies, but that's the younger version. And this is your cast, guys. This is who the movie focuses on. Just weird choices of why the recast and why not just get I don't fully understand their reasonings. But this is who we focus on. They're on a mission to, I honestly don't even remember what happened in the second or first movies. I'm not that big of a fan. And so I was very curious, like, could I follow even along in this movie? And I did. The beginning of the movie focuses on this is what the movie should have been. And honestly, here, let me say this before I forget to say this. Guys, all you Johnny fans who are out there like, he should be in this movie. No, he shouldn't. No, he shouldn't. This movie sucked. This movie's just, look, there are going to be fans of the Fantastic Beasts that will enjoy this movie, and good on you guys. Have fun with it. I'm not here to ruin your party. Go enjoy it. When I gave my feedback to the recorder at the end, I was just ripping it. I'm like, oh, what a waste! What they did to Johnny, it was just awful. Characters couldn't connect, and these poor women in like Harry Potter, coats came by, just like, just so shocked. But look, I'm not a fan. I put that out there, so know that going into my rant here. This is what it should have been, sure, and it would have been nice to get Johnny to do the part, but he got paid for the movie and didn't need to be in the stinker of a movie. So there is a little bit of sweet justice in this. Let's all relish that. I think ultimately at the end of the day, instead, Mads Mikkelsen shows up, who, look, aside from all the drama, I like him as an actor. He's a good actor. In this, though, probably the least menacing I've ever seen him play. He's playing like I can't even say the word, but like a maniac who wants to wipe out half of the world. There are historical figures you might connect him to. And I just never felt the menace from him that I expected. The fear, I never felt it. Now, I don't know if Johnny would have been that much better. I can only assume maybe. But he definitely would have been like more, based on what we sort of saw, I think it would have brought a more interesting approach to it than Mads, which I felt was just very by the numbers. Very by the numbers. And the whole movie is basically, he's now a regular person who's gotten out of jail and is running for head of the wizard community. And the way that they deem this is by a chinchilla something? I don't remember what it is. A deer. It's a magical deer that when the magical deer bends its knee to the winner, all will say, well, this person is the right person. And so this whole movie is like a political, he's a political campaign where he's basically tricking everybody to try and get to rule the world so he can destroy the Muggles and the wizards can unite. Very Magneto vibes. And, Dumbledore is the Charles Xavier, if I use X-Men terminology here. And he's trying, they're trying to solve it. Now, the movie starts with a decent scene, I will admit, of like Jude Law as Dumbledore and Mads as Grindelwald. And they're like in a diner of Muggles, and they're sort of before the war begins, they're sort of talking, and they reveal in this opening scene that they love each other. They were in love. They are lovers. Yes, Dumbledore officially out of the closet, finally in a movie. Take that as you will. And it just felt unbelievable. Like, here you have this interesting idea of, all right, well, let's do like Magneto, Professor X, but they were in love. They had an affair, like they were boyfriends. And then as they're like fighting for the wizarddom, one of them goes evil. And you're still in love with the guy, but you can't turn away from the fact, all right, well, this isn't going to work. It's an interesting story. There's a lot of conflict there that could have been really strong. But oh my God, none of it works. They never really get into any of it. Instead, what we get is a magical Dumbledore, once again with his secrets. Oh my God, Dumbledore, how many friggin' secrets and people are you gonna put into jeopardy without telling them things? Well, they justify it in this movie because Grindelwald can tell the future, and if we don't go crazy and have our secrets, he'll stop us. So the whole movie is a MacGuffin of suitcases and which one's got the deer and which one does, and they're all running through trying to get the deer to solve the day. Look, you're not going to be surprised by any of the things in this movie, I don't think. Personally, I wasn't. It's a trots along by the numbers, no character motivations that I cared about. Newt Scamander is back with oh my God, he's so annoying. Look, I don't mind Eddie Redmayne, but oh my God, this character, it's going to be a little bit on the edge of just and he's like the action star of this movie. I don't get it. There are a few moments where it does work. There's a prison scene, I will say. There's a prison moment with these real scorpions that was kind of intriguing and fun. I will admit it. There's a couple moments throughout where I wasn't like, oh, kill me. But overall, this movie, just so unnecessary. It's so, like, Jude Law's trying his best. The cast is trying their best. I can't knock the entire cast because they are trying. I like this new woman. I don't know the actress's name. She's fine. She's a fine addition. The brother is just he's just a guy. The star of the show, once again, is Daniel Fogler, who plays, I forget his name in the movie. I've already forget. That's how memorable these characters are. But he's the Muggle, and he's sort of the comic relief who's sort of thrusted in the situation, and he's the only fun part of this movie. Just like I remember him being the only fun parts in the other movies, is sort of him reacting to it, and him having to step up to be a hero in this one is kind of fun. That's the only part I related to. Everybody else, including Dumbledore, including Newt, I just couldn't care less. Including Mads as Gryffindor. It's like, all right, even if I were to step back and watch this movie and not be upset about what they did to Johnny, if I were to just sit back and just review this movie and like, do I like it doesn't work. It doesn't work. There's no motivations. There's no character moments where I really bought into the conflict of these two past lovers now basically fighting for the fate of the world. I mean, we've seen movies with that. With like, Vader, Obi-Wan and Anakin, right? And Charles Xavier, Magneto. Like, we've done movies like this that have pulled it off. And this one does not pull it off. They're rushing to just do some Hogwarts moments. Yes, of course. We're in Hogwarts. There's Quidditch, and all of it just feels like, guys, we got to throw some more Harry Potter in this somehow. Also, amp up the action. And it's all just pointless. Part 3 in a movie and a franchise that I just don't think anybody needed or cared about, except for a small minor thing. What they should do if they really want to continue this, if there's a little audience for this, make a limited show on HBO Max, the Fantastic Beasts series. That's what this always should have been. A very smaller budget, political wizard nonsense thing, and just give the fans that little nice extended show. And that's all this should have been. This was not a movie franchise, I don't believe at all. There's nothing of value or substance of this. And Warner Brothers, shame on you for the way you treated Johnny. Now, that said, good on Johnny for getting paid and avoiding this stinker. So at the end of the day, while we're all, mad at Warner Brothers and it is what it is, let's try to find the positive. Let's focus on the positive that this man got his full salary and doesn't have to be in this abysmal, dumb, unnecessary movie. Bravo, sir. I'm trying to find the positive because that's what we got to do here, because we got a lot to focus on with this trial coming up next week, which we will be covering in depth over on Popcorn Planet. So don't only subscribe here, but go over to Popcorn Planet and subscribe there as well. Begins next Tuesday, the 12th of April. After jury deliberation, we'll be breaking down the full Johnny story. I implore you to come join and follow that because it's really important. Whatever happens to Johnny, the legal system can be frustrating. Whatever happens, I want to make sure we're all following it very closely so we can understand what actually happened here and still remind people of the facts of the issue. That Warner Brothers got rid of Johnny but supports the actual people who have criminal evidence and charges. And I'm talking Amber and I'm talking Ezra Miller. The fact that Ezra, which they removed him from this poster, wise, but not this one, small and dark. He plays anyway. What are you doing? Now, granted, this is the second instance with Ezra came later, but still, what are you doing, Warner Brothers? What are you doing? You shouldn't have removed Johnny. You set a precedent that you can't even match. It's not right. And for that alone, this movie is an F. Take that away, this movie is maybe a D-, maybe a D, thanks to Dan Fogler. If I could take the Johnny part out of it, I still would have bashed this movie because it's just unnecessary. There's some harmless action, there's some harmless moments if there wasn't a bigger issue behind it. But overall, all unnecessary. This franchise needs to die. Let this be the end. Even at the end, there's still could there be more? And God, please don't. Come up with something new, JK. This is not working. Come up with a cooler, bigger, new idea. Let's move forward. Enough with the prequels! Ugh! We don't always have to go back and see these people younger. We know what happens. We know there's no threat because they survived to the points that we liked. It's so rare for prequels to work. I'm so over it. And more Secrets of Dumbledore? Come on. Am I the only one who's frustrated by Dumbledore always putting everybody in jeopardy? Is he really the good guy in that story? Help me be honest and tell me down below. If you're not watching over Popcorn Planet and you're a Johnny fan, by the way, we're going to be live today with lawyer Andrea Burkett, who's going to go through a lot of the up-to-date stuff. What do we do with prep for trial next week? So much more, so hope to see you over there. And if you like movies, please subscribe here and check out all my movie reviews and movie commentary, which I do try to do once or twice a week here on this channel, just for fun now. But I owed you all this review. Now you know what to watch out for. Ooh, avoid this one.